Good morning. It's an honor to have the opportunity to introduce Mayor Cassie Franklin. As a council member, I've had the opportunity to work alongside Cassie for several years now, and I can personally attest to her work ethic and dedication. I know she loves early morning meetings, and I commonly see her at community meetings that run deep into the evening. As you'll hear today, Cassie's had a very busy first year in office. In her first year, she stepped up to regional leadership as she was appointed by Governor Inslee to the Choose Washington Mid-Market Airplane Council, joined the Economic Alliance Snohomish County Board of Trustees, joined the Executive Board of Greater Seattle Partners, and co-chairs the Snohomish County Aerospace Task Force with County Executive Summers. Mayor Franklin hit the ground running. Early in her first year in office, the mayor issued 5 mayoral directives that guide the city's work in the key areas of public safety, economic development, community engagement, and the city's long-term financial well-being. She also assembled a great team of city staff, including adding new team members that have brought a fresh perspective, and all of them, we know, work incredibly hard every day for our community. And it was this fresh opportunity that enabled the city to accomplish some important things, including settling a labor contract and taking significant new steps to get the city budget to even greater sustainability. From the perspective of a council member, I could do no better than to repeat what my predecessor as council president, Councilmember Roberts, said at the beginning of this year when he remarked about his gratitude for the mayor's collegial and collaborative relationship with us and so many others. In that openness and the fact that the mayor doesn't let the artificial divides that so often plague us in other political arenas define what and who we support. So locally, we're able to get things done and move forward. With that, I'd like to happily introduce Mayor Cassie Franklin.
Thank you, Scott. I appreciate that warm introduction. Thank you, Patrick and the Economic Alliance for organizing this beautiful event this morning, and thank all of you for joining me here today. It's great to see this big room bright and early. As Scott said, I do love early morning meetings, so this is good. I'll try to keep us going. I have a lot to say, so I'm going to be reading my remarks, but hopefully I'll have some time at the end to answer any questions you may have. So I remember being here last year, just a few weeks after becoming mayor, and it's pretty amazing to look back at what we've accomplished in the past 12 months. Before I begin, I also want to take a moment to thank a few of our guests. First, I know Patrick already recognized our elected leaders, but I want to add my appreciation for our city council members. I especially want to thank Councilmember Paul Roberts for his leadership as council president last year, and I want to give a special warm welcome to our newest council member, Councilmember Liz Vogely. It's good to see you here this morning. I've worked closely with the council on many complex and challenging issues this past year. We had a lot to tackle in 2019, and it's truly a privilege to work with the dedicated, thoughtful leaders we have on our city council. So thank you all very much for the work you do. I'd also like to thank another group of city leaders. Many of our directors and city team members are here this morning, and it's these folks that do the work of running our city every day. So could everyone who's part of our city team please stand and be recognized? One of my joys this first year as mayor has been spending time with all 1,200 of our city team, staff team. I cannot tell you how dedicated and passionate and talented these public servants are. From parks to public works to our library and finance team, they each care deeply about our community, and it has been an honor to lead and learn from them. I want to acknowledge you as well, and that's one of the things you'll hear in my remarks this morning is a theme. It's a theme of partnership. Whether it's revitalizing neighborhoods, attracting a major employer, or solving a complex challenge like the opioid crisis in our community, we are stronger and more effective when we work together. We are fortunate here in Everett to have strong elected leadership throughout the county. We also have amazing leaders from our business community, nonprofits, and neighborhoods each who believes in Everett's potential and wants to contribute to our success. So thank you all for all you do for our community. As Council President Bader said, when I took office, I issued 5 directives to guide the city's work in the areas of public safety, economic development, community engagement, and our budget. Those priorities were shaped by the input I received from my transition advisory team. We've made significant progress, and I look forward to sharing some of those results with you this morning. But I want to spend most of our time talking about where we're headed, focused on 4 key areas: quality of life for Everett residents, economic vitality and housing in our city, transportation and mobility, and education and workforce development. Everett is well positioned to make significant progress on each of those priorities, and I'm excited to share what we'll be working on. First, though, to highlight some of what we accomplished this past year. 2018 was a year of change for our organization, and just like any major company, we want to run an efficient and effective business. Transitioning to the city's first new mayor in 14 years gave us a chance to rethink some of our practices, be more transparent in how we invest resources, and involve more people in the work we do. Last year, we made significant progress toward long-term sustainability for the city's budget. Like communities all around us, our budget is tied to the cap on property tax, which limits our revenue growth while our expenses continue to rise. And as a result, Everett has faced a structural deficit for more than 15 years. And Mayor Stephenson, you know better than anybody what a challenge that can be. Last year, we not only balanced the budget for 2019, we also achieved a $5.6 million in ongoing savings through technology investments, changes to programs, and staff reductions. Many of the changes we made were suggestions both from the community and our city team members. And I again want to thank our council for the active involvement throughout the budget process, particularly members of the Finance Committee, Chair Scott Murphy, and council members Brenda Stonecipher and Jeff Moore. Thank you for the work on the budget this year. I look forward to working with the council in this coming year as we explore moving towards a priority-driven budget model where funding is allocated by strategic priorities that have been developed with community input. This model will provide continued accountability and transparency into our process and is what the community expects. The 2018 was a great opportunity to rethink our organization and operations, and we have a strong foundation as we begin 2019. As I mentioned, we've defined a strategic vision for Everett in several important areas. First, we're focused on quality of life for our community. My vision is that Everett is walkable, livable, and safe, and community members are connected to each other and our government. It all starts with safety, and Everett is fortunate to have incredible police and fire teams. I'd like to ask our chiefs and all our first responders in the audience to please stand and be recognized for the incredible service you offer our community. I'll start by talking about police. We made significant progress last year in addressing the challenge of youth, gun, and gang violence. Over the summer, we launched a firearm safety campaign aimed at keeping guns out of the wrong hands. Through the program, we've distributed more than 200 free gun locks to lawful gun owners in Everett. With input from the community, we developed 2 new prevention and intervention programs for youth and families most at risk for gang violence, Pathways for Adolescent Youth with Explorer Middle School, and a multidisciplinary positive approach outreach intervention team as well. And in October, we stood up the city's first ever gang response unit, including a full-time gang resource officer. We are seeing great results already. In 2018, we saw a 40% reduction in gang-related offenses. That's a testament to the hard work of our police officers as well as our community partners, and I look forward to continuing that progress this coming year. Another public safety focus is our ongoing work to address challenges on our streets and provide support for individuals struggling with homelessness, addiction, and mental illness. And while we have a ways to go, I'm encouraged by the progress we're making. In 2018 alone, we helped break ground on 3 supportive housing projects in Everett, including Cocoon House, HopeWorks, and the Safe Streets housing facility that's now known as Claire's Place, where residents will move in this summer. Congratulations. So in 2020, we'll have 170 new supportive housing units available in Everett, and that's an incredible milestone for our community. As we all know, homelessness is often complicated by addiction, and I want to thank Executive Summers and Snohomish County for leading the multi-agency coordination effort, which brings together communities throughout the county to address these challenges. Our city team also made some important progress in the area of addiction last year. The Community Outreach and Enforcement Team found housing for 113 people, and we temporarily housed another 47 at the county's new diversion center, which Everett just started using in August. We also now have treatment without delay through our partnerships with Ideal Options, Community Health Center, and CMAR. And I'm very excited about the new supportive employment partnership we just launched with Bridgeways. The ability to work can be life-changing, and Bridgeways helps connect individuals, including clients from our Safe Streets programs, with employers. Goodwill Industries and Angel of the Winds Arena, who are both here today, have already signed up to be supportive employers. Thank you. Bridgeways is just one of the many outstanding nonprofit partners we have in our community, and I see many more in the audience today. While the challenges we face in Everett are no different than communities across our region, we are very unique in our collaborative response, and you are all a very important part of that. Thank you for the work you do and the web of support you create for our community. We won't solve these problems overnight, but we are making progress, and we are making a difference. I'd like to read just part of a letter that a young woman recently sent to Chief Templeman after our team helped her get treatment for addiction. The woman wrote, "Without you, I'm 100% positive I would have died with a needle in my arm. Today, I have a full year clean and an amazing job at Costco that I love more than anything. I also celebrated my 28th birthday in August, a day I never thought I'd live to see." I was so moved by this young woman's story, and I know there are many more like hers. We will continue this important work this year with the goal of even more success stories like this young woman's. So the other side of our public safety team is our fire department. One of my first tasks as mayor was negotiating a new contract with our fire union, no small feat, and hiring a new fire chief. We began a national search and extensive hiring process, and one of our own, Chief Dave DeMarco, rose to the top. Congratulations, Chief. He also loves public recognition, so that was really great for him. I worked closely with Chief DeMarco last year to reorganize the department structure and hire a new command team. Our fire team has had a busy 2018. We responded to nearly 23,000 calls. We welcomed 11 new firefighters through the first ever Snohomish County Fire Training Academy. And in May, we sent Emergency Management Division Chief Brett Stainer and Public Education Coordinator Rachel Doniger to Okanagan for 9 days to help respond to widespread flooding there. I also want to share a special shout out to several team members who were honored at the American Red Cross's annual Heroes Breakfast in December. Police Detective Joseph Klingman helped care for a toddler who suffered a seizure after falling out of a cart at a local store. Detective Klingman not only tended to the boy, but helped calm his mother and store employees until an ambulance arrived. And we are also so proud of Fire Captain Nick Edsero and firefighter Brent Duckworth, who rescued twin girls trapped inside a burning apartment last January. I have to note, firefighter Duckworth had been on the job for less than 5 months when the call came in. Their bravery that day and the hard work of all the firefighters and paramedics on the scene helped save these little girls' lives. We are truly fortunate to have the highest caliber police and fire teams here in Everett, and I'm very proud to work alongside of you all. So public safety is more than just response times and crime stats. It's also about engagement and transparency. I'd like to highlight a couple of initiatives we're launching this year. Our police department has now become the first in our county to participate in the FBI's National Use of Force database, which seeks to capture data on serious use of force incidents, as well as any time an officer discharges their firearm. They're also the first in the county to track and report non-criminal bias incidents, such as hate-based speech and materials. Even when there's no crime involved, these incidents affect our sense of safety and well-being, especially for communities of color and other marginalized groups. Everett Police now takes reports and tracks those incidents, in addition to tracking and reporting hate crimes to the FBI. We're also involving more community members in our work. This spring, we'll offer our second Spanish-language Community Emergency Response Team class and our inaugural Everett Community Police Academy. And in September, we launched our first ever Chiefs Community Advisory Board. This group serves as a resource to the police chief in understanding and responding to issues facing the police department and community. We have several members here today, so thank you very much for the work you do to support our law enforcement efforts. Community engagement and trust is crucial for our public safety efforts, and it's important for all the work we do as a city. Our new Community Development Division is helping lead those efforts. The new team oversees community-focused programs and services, including our Safe Streets programs, our Office of Neighborhoods, boards and commissions, and human needs funding. I'd like to recognize Julie Fraunholtz, who was promoted to the director of the new division. Julie has a long track record of leading community development efforts right here in Everett, so congratulations, Julie. We made great progress on my community engagement directive last year, and we have a number of initiatives planned for 2019, including a deep dive into our civil service testing process. My team is also working closely with the City Council as we begin transitioning to district elections. This is a significant change in how our city is governed, and I encourage you to stay involved and as we move through the process. Community engagement remains an important priority for us this year, and now it's a focus that's shared by all 1,200 members of the city. So our quality of life as a community is also closely tied to economic development. Business, jobs, housing, arts, and entertainment, all those things contribute to our vitality as a community and our ability as a city to provide core services and programs to our residents. We have come a long way. Everett is already an incredibly amazing place to live, visit, learn, and start a career or business. But we need a few more elements to truly move the needle in terms of development. We've made some changes to put more focus and resources toward this important work. In May, I appointed our new Economic Development Director, Dan Ernessy. Dan came to us with a wealth of experience in both the public and private sectors, and he's really hit the ground running. Thank you, Dan. I don't know where you are, but there you are. We also established the city's first Economic Development Advisory Committee, which includes council members Toohey, Murphy, and Moore, as well as business leaders from all over Everett. And I see a number of you in the audience today as well. Thank you for your partnership. With input from the committee, we developed our strategic economic development plan, and there are copies of that on your table. I'll share some initiatives with you this morning. Under the area of economic vitality and housing, my vision is that people who work in Everett also have the opportunity to live in Everett, that businesses of all sizes feel supported and connected to city government, and that Everett is a leader in regional economic development efforts. We have already made significant progress toward achieving that mission. We have a solid foundation of major institutions and large employers, many of whom are represented here today. These organizations contribute to our economy, create career paths for our students, and attract new businesses to the region. We are proud to be home to the world's aerospace leader, and we continue to celebrate Boeing's remarkable successes. The company announced a new annual record earlier this month. They delivered 806 airplanes in 2018 and are looking forward to a very busy 2019. This year, we'll celebrate 50 years of Boeing's popular 747. At the same time, the company is hard at work at their 777X. The company rolled out their first full-size 777X test airplane in September and will begin flight testing this year. And just last week, Boeing delivered 2 KC-46 Pegasus tankers to the Air Force from Paine Field. Boeing has been such an important part of our history, and I am committed to actively supporting their future growth here. Thank you for all you do, Boeing, for our community. A key part of our aerospace and advanced manufacturing network is the Port of Everett. 2018 was one of their busiest years ever, and they have a major construction in store for 2019. In August, I helped break ground on their South Terminal Modernization project, the largest capital project in port history and the largest maritime construction project on the West Coast today. On the east side of the peninsula, the port's Riverside Business Park is also under construction, bringing up to 800 new jobs to Everett. The site is already home to Northwest Aerospace Technologies and a new FedEx freight facility, and Panettone is also building a facility there. The port's waterfront neighbor, Naval Station Everett, is another key partner. And while 2018 brought some changes, I am confident the base will remain an important strategic asset for our country. We have been a proud Navy town since 1994, and together with Executive Summers, the port, and our federal delegation, I will continue to advocate on behalf of our sailors and their families. I have an even greater respect for our servicemen and women after my incredible experience with the Joint Civilian Orientation Conference last June, a truly unique and intensive program. I was able to join 35 leaders from a variety of industries to visit military installations around the country and participate in military exercises, but most importantly, to listen and learn from our service members. I came away with a deep admiration and commitment to supporting our service members and their families. Will all our veterans and active reserve members please stand so that we can recognize you? Thank you for your service to our country. Another incredibly important industry is our healthcare sector. Providence Regional Medical Center is one of the city's largest employers and continues to expand throughout the region. We are also home to other industry leaders, including the Everett Clinic, Kaiser Permanente, and Seattle Children's Hospital. In August, I helped open the doors to the fantastic new Seattle Children's Facility in North Everett. They've had a great response from the community with nearly 17,800 appointments since they opened. Economic vitality comes both from new businesses and new residents, and the Metro Everett plan we finalized last year includes tools and incentives for achieving both. The plan included changes to zoning and height restrictions in the city center and off-street parking requirements throughout Everett. Businesses are already taking advantage of those new benefits. In fact, we are seeing increased activity throughout our city. Where we used to see regular turnover in our storefronts, we're now seeing businesses not only stick around, but thrive. Just this week, I joined Becky Daly and the Daly Realty Group to celebrate their first year at 34th and Broadway. Becky told me she's hired 20 people since opening, and that's fantastic news. I know some of you are here today, so congratulations. I'm especially excited about the activity we're seeing downtown. First, Funko. How can you not be excited about Funko? I think there's not an office at the city that doesn't have at least one or two pops in it. From City Hall, we regularly see crowds lined up, often for days, to be the first to score a new collectible. Funko celebrated their first anniversary at their downtown headquarters in August, and they already expanded to several more buildings nearby and hired more than 175 new Everett employees over the past 2 years. There are great things in store for Funko and will continue to be their biggest fanatics. Imagine Children's Museum remains an amazing asset in the downtown core as well, attracting visitors and families from well beyond Snohomish County. And at 10 years old, my daughter still loves going there. The museum is planning a major expansion, and we're working closely with them to advocate for their project. Angel of the Winds Arena increased ticket sales in 2018 and has an amazing calendar planned for 2019, including the Backstreet Boys, and I might be a little excited. And in May, the Seattle Storm will open for their 2019 season right here in Everett. We are working with their team to take the fans beyond the arena and into our restaurants and businesses when they're here. And if you haven't taken a stroll downtown in a while, I really encourage you to get out and see how it's changing. We've added dozens of new businesses just since I took office, including Capers and Olives, Athena's Oasis, Little Bipsy, Jag Art Supplies, Blush Salon, and Rain City Studio. One of my favorite businesses is 8 Ball Café on Colby. 8 Ball's owner, Rashid Ayuni, is here with us today. Welcome, Rashid. So you have to go there and you have to get the potato pizza, which is really decadent, but it's amazing. So after serving as a Marine in Afghanistan, Rashid chose downtown Everett to pursue his dream of opening a restaurant. He tells me he feels a palpable sense of cultural renaissance. I love that. And I absolutely agree. I'm thrilled to see our community embracing new small businesses, and I want to bring more dreams like Rashid's to the downtown core. All that activity and opportunity attracts new developers and new residents, people who want to invest in Everett. That enthusiasm is evident at the riverfront and waterfront. Construction begins on 266 new housing units at the Port's Waterfront Place this month, with a grand opening in 2020. 80% of the units were already spoken for last fall, so there's a lot of excitement for this project. Hotel Indigo opens this summer, more than doubling the capacity of waterfront lodging in Snohomish County. And at the riverfront, we're poised to see construction begin on the commercial center later this year with plans for a movie theater, grocery store, retail, and restaurants, and over 1,000 units of housing. There's a preview, I think, up on the screen right now. Polygon has sold nearly 320 single-family homes and townhomes, with more to come. In fact, one of our communications team members just relocated from Marysville to the riverfront this month with her husband and 2-year-old daughter. She told me she wanted to reduce her commute so she could spend more time with her family, and she's excited to get her daughter in Everett Public School. So we want more stories like Kari's, people who work in Everett deciding to make a home in Everett, and that's what we're focused on in 2019. The Metro Everett area will continue to be a major focus for us, both for quality of life and economic vitality. This spring, we'll begin a project to transform 4 blocks of downtown Rucker Avenue into a pedestrian-friendly corridor. We'll continue to partner with the Downtown Everett Association, including working with them on a new parking study for the metro area. The association was recently accepted into the Washington State Main Street program, giving them more tools to support businesses, stimulate property development, and promote the commercial center. And this year, we'll also work with Everett Station District Alliance to establish a business improvement area around the station. We've seen fantastic results from our downtown BIA and hope to bring those same tools to the Everett Station area. The metro area will continue to be the hub of much of our future growth, but there's potential throughout the city. We need to attract development in every part of our community. Our plan calls for investments in transformative properties, and it's critical that we make progress on some important Everett sites this year. One of those sites is the Kimberly-Clark property. After years with little progress, we made great headway last year, and I'm pleased that the company is moving forward with a comprehensive cleanup. I look forward to seeing this site re-energized and put to good use once again, restoring the jobs we lost when the mill closed. Our plan also outlines strategies for revitalizing Central and Southwest Everett. This area is vibrant, culturally diverse, and rich with potential. We will work with the community on strategies to take advantage of those opportunities, including possible redevelopment of our park property. Of course, one of the biggest opportunities in this area is our commercial airport at Paine Field. I was hoping to take off in December, but we're all booking those flights and we can leave in March. I know Alaska Airlines, you're here today. Thank you very much for your investment in our community. As you all know, commercial air is a game changer for Everett and the region, and we're working hard to capitalize on this new asset and the business opportunities it brings. We're also working to increase housing for the significant growth we expect to see in the next several decades. This year, our community development and planning teams will lead the effort to update our consolidated plan and our citywide housing strategy. Our goal is to encourage both market rate and affordable housing development so community members at all price points, from young families to seniors, can find a home in Everett. Finally, in 2019, we'll build on our regional collaborations with partners like the county, the Tulalip tribes, and the port. We're also helping lead key organizations like Greater Seattle Partners, Snohomish County Aerospace Task Force, Puget Sound Regional Council, and Governor Inslee's Choose Washington Council. These efforts are aimed at taking a coordinated approach to development and leveraging our combined assets to bring investment to our communities. We must compete as a region, not within our region, if we're going to have success in a global market. So economic development also depends on a strong transportation network. My vision is that people and goods are able to move easily and efficiently within and through Everett, that residents, employees, and businesses have access to many modes of transportation, and that our transportation networks are sustainable, regionally connected, and able to adapt to our growing population. Transit is a key component of our regional transportation system, and we are very fortunate to have Sound Transit, Community Transit, and Everett Transit all serving our community. In 2019, we'll begin developing a plan to support and expand transit services in the future, especially as we continue to grow. Everett is expected to add another 70,000 residents in the next 16 years. That's great news, and it's important that we take a comprehensive look at transit now and plot a sustainable course for the future. The Metro Everett Plan is a major step towards better regional connection. The plan established a preferred location for the northern end of Sound Transit Light Rail System, with a station proposed at the southeast corner of Pacific and Broadway. And this year, we'll begin land use planning for the 2 light rail stations destined for Southwest Everett, which will connect light rail to our Advanced Manufacturing Center. Another top transportation priority is replacing the westbound US 2 trestle. We are way overdue for a solution that addresses this choke point and will begin to push for action again at the state level. A strong transportation system provides options for everyone, whether they're on foot, bike, bus, or car. That's why I'm very excited about the new electric buses we introduced last year. I had the chance to take the inaugural trip, and it is incredibly quiet. It's kind of strange to be moving, and you can't hear anything. By 2022, we'll have a total of 18 electric buses on the road, each one saving us 10,000 gallons of diesel emissions every year. We have more multimodal improvements coming in 2019 as well. We're improving bus stops on North Broadway to streamline boarding and deboarding, and adding new amenities like shelters, benches, and bike racks. We're also advocating at the state level for funding to design a new pedestrian bridge over Broadway connecting the College District as it continues to expand. Wow. Yeah, that's good. On the other side of Everett, the Grand Avenue Park Bridge will open to pedestrians in 2020. The new bridge will not only carry storm water off the bluff, but will give us a new way to access our incredible waterfront. And finally, as a cyclist myself, I am thrilled that Everett is becoming more bike-friendly. This year, we'll install 50 bike racks in downtown Everett, thanks to the hard work and advocacy of the Everett Bike Walk Group and their partnership with Downtown Everett Association and the city. I've also got my team working on new mobility options for Everett, and I'm excited to share them with you later this year. Before I leave the topic of transportation and infrastructure, I'd like to recognize our new Public Works Director, Ryan Sass. Ryan served as the city's engineer for many years, and I'm so pleased to have him in this new role, leading our Public Works team. Please join me in congratulating Ryan. So, education and workforce development is the final priority area I want to talk about with you today. My vision is that people who live in Everett can also work in Everett, that we have well-established pipelines into our major industries and the trained workforce our businesses need to be successful. My vision is also that students in Everett have a wide variety of career paths available to them, and that Everett is the location of choice for entrepreneurs. We are very fortunate to have 2 of the highest performing districts in the state teaching and encouraging Everett students. And as the mom of one of those students, I've been able to see the benefits firsthand. I'll start with the Mukilteo School District, which serves students in South Everett, working hard to remove barriers to student success. Under the leadership of Superintendent Marcy Larson, the district adopted an equity policy last year, and all 2,000 staff members have completed training on race and cultural competency. The district has encouraged more students to take dual credit classes, earning both high school and college credits, and they've seen impressive results. An 876% increase in the number of students taking college and the high school classes. Congratulations. The Mukilteo School District also includes Snow Isle Tech, and what an amazing asset that is for our region. Snow Isle gives students the chance to earn high school credit while gaining hands-on experience in fields like information technology and health sciences. If you haven't visited Snow Isle recently, I encourage you to attend an upcoming open house and see how they have to offer. So the other incredible district we have serving families in Everett is our Everett Public Schools, and they continue to achieve outstanding student outcomes. Their 4-year graduation rate is now nearly 96%. The district has worked tirelessly to level the playing field for students, no matter what their level of need, and they're seeing results. This past year, Everett was the only district in the state with 6,000 or more students in which every school outperformed the expected level of student success based on the effects of poverty. What a remarkable achievement. Providing pathways for our students is so important, not only for their future success, but for the health and economic vitality of our entire community. That's why I'm very pleased this morning to announce a new partnership the city is undertaking with Everett Public Schools, Everett Career Link. This summer internship program will provide real-world experience for high school students at Everett area businesses. We want students to know about the great career opportunities right here in their own backyard. We have flyers on your tables with more information about how you can get involved. The city and school district are both committed to hosting interns, and Providence and Kaiser Permanente signed on to the program last week. Thank you. I hope to see each one of you leave with one of the flyers that are on your table today. Before I move on, I want to recognize Dr. Gary Cohn, who's retiring at the end of this year. Dr. Cohn has been a transformative force for the school district and our community, and he will leave an incredible legacy and big shoes to fill. Thank you, Dr. Cohn, for all you've done for students and our city and the broader region. The opportunities for students in Everett don't end where they graduate from high school because of partners like Everett Community College and Washington State University. Last fall, the Aviation Maintenance Technician School at Everett Community College began offering afternoon and evening classes to help meet the increasing demand for skilled technicians. Between now and 2036, the industry is projected to need nearly 650,000 maintenance technicians, so that expansion was incredibly important. The college is planning for a new learning resource center and classroom building to accommodate its growing student body and is searching for its next president. Dr. David Beyer has led Everett Community College for the past 13 years, and the college has grown significantly during that time. Please join me in thanking Dr. Beyer for his leadership and vision as well. WSU in Everett is also growing, and its students are making an impact all over the world. Several graduates are part of the Ocean Gate team that will map the wreckage of the Titanic this summer in a submersible built right here at the Port of Everett. Others, like 19-year-old Caitlin, who you can see on the screen, are starting exciting careers here. Caitlin just earned a National Rising Star Award from the Society of Women Engineers. When she graduates in May, she'll go to work for Boeing as a laser and electro-optical mechanical design engineer. I don't even know what that is. She's obviously brilliant, working on solid-state lasers. Nearly 100 students graduated from WSU Everett last May, and even more will graduate this spring in demand degrees in fields like organic and sustainable agriculture. The college will add more programs in the next few years, including in business, math, computer engineering, and criminal justice. And I can't talk about WSU without mentioning Mayor Stephenson. Thank you, Mayor. You and Dr. Floyd had the vision and determination to bring WSU to Everett, and our entire community is now benefiting from your hard work and leadership. Given the college plans, we know they'll soon have a need for additional space, and my team and I are working with President Kirk Schultz and Chancellor Paul Petrie on that future expansion. So thank you, WSU, for your partnership with the city. And finally, Everett is also becoming the community of choice and an ideal incubator for entrepreneurs and creative companies. The lab at Everett opened this fall and already has widespread support and enthusiasm from business and education communities, including regional powerhouses like Amazon and Microsoft. One of our own, firefighter Joel Sellinger, worked with the lab to develop and launch a prototype for his life-saving invention, the Life Door. I expect to see a lot more incredible ideas becoming reality in the lab in 2019. Diane Kamionka, the lab's fearless leader, is here today. Thank you, Diane, for bringing this fantastic resource to Everett. We'll continue to nurture the incredible maker community that's been in Everett from the beginning and is only growing. Here, creative businesses still have an opportunity to get in on the ground floor. I'll share just one other example with you from local design firm Milltown Creative. They said there's a real artist and entrepreneur culture growing here. In the last 2 years, we've grown from a husband and wife team working part-time from home to a team of 8 working from a downtown office space. We've never spent a single dollar on advertising. All our business comes from word of mouth and the connections we've made in Everett. It's stories like Milltown's and the enthusiasm I hear from people all over our city that make me so proud to be mayor of Everett. Preparing these remarks just underscored for me how lucky we are to live in such a vibrant, healthy, and fun community. Everett has all the amenities of a larger city and the walkability and friendliness of a small town. We have a beautiful natural setting and nearly 300 acres of parks and green spaces to explore. There's something to do every day of the week: theater, arts, music festivals, Aqua Sox and Silvertips games, and new breweries and restaurants to visit. Whether you're a family, a tourist, an entrepreneur, or an international business, I believe Everett truly is the place to be. And that's what I'd like to close with today. This spring, we'll launch a new city brand, new logo, new colors, new modern look and feel. Many of you know what a significant undertaking that is, and we're excited to present a more professional face for our city. But more than a logo and typeface, this project is really about rethinking who we are and where we are going and how we talk about ourselves. In many ways, Everett is still the Northwest's best-kept secret, flying under the radar for those who haven't visited in a while, or even for longtime residents who may be taking our amazing city for granted. And for too long, we've been hesitant to speak out about the remarkable community we call home. We've been reluctant to take pride in our phenomenal assets, our quality of life, our incredible people. Let's be reluctant no longer. I challenge you to think about all I've shared with you today and about why you choose to live and do business in Everett. We have so much to be proud of, and it's time to be bold about owning and sharing our story. Everett is no longer poised for a great future. It's here, and I hope you'll join us in showing the world we're ready for it. So thank you all very much for being here with me this morning and all the ways you support, promote, and invest in our beautiful city. Thank you. Thank you.